Okay, let's go ahead and try to integrate this. Now it's a pretty complicated looking function in the integrand there. We don't want to spend the time to multiply out 4 copies of x cubed minus 11. So what I'm going to suggest on this one is I think we're going to have to utilize U-substitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first pick some value for u. And we want this to be an inner function. So I notice that x cubed minus 11 is all raised to the 4th power. So let's try that to begin with. If we don't get it right the first time through, we can always give it another shot trying a different inner function for our u. The next thing we want to do is take the derivative. So on the left-hand side, we get a du. On the right-hand side, the derivative is going to be 3x squared, and then we put a dx on this side as well. All right, I'm going to rearrange our original function to hopefully help us see exactly where all of this stuff is coming from. All right, what I'm going to do is we still have x cubed minus 11 raised to the 4th power, but I'm going to take this 3x cubed and I'm going to move it to the end here. All right, so that's times 3x squared dx. Do you see how everything pretty much lines up exactly how we want it to at this point? For the x cubed minus 11, we can replace that with a u, still going to be raised to the 4th power. And for the 3x squared dx, we're going to replace that with a du. So if I asked you, hey, could you integrate u to the 4th du? I think we could, right? What we'd want to do in this case is we're going to increase the exponent by 1. So the 4 becomes a 5. And then we divide by that new exponent, or multiply by 1 over the new exponent out in front. Now for good measure, we're going to also include a plus c. Because this is an indefinite integral, we didn't have bounds of integration. Now there is one last problem. Our original problem only had x's. We kind of made up u as we went along. So what we want to do at the very end is we want to replace back in where we see a u right now. We're going to replace that back with what we defined u to be. We said u was equal to x cubed minus 11. So we're going to fill that back in, and there's our antiderivative, and we're done. Now this one worked out really nicely as far as when we found the du. The 3x squared dx was exactly what was left over in the problem. Sometimes we're going to have to do a little bit of rearranging to make that work just right, but it just takes a little bit of practice and we'll get it down.